Hi, welcome to FMTV, where we enlighten, we analyze, and empower the public to make an informed opinion. Today, I want to have a look at the church and the state. In Romans chapter 14, verse 19, Good News Bible says, "So then we must always aim at those things that bring peace and help strengthen one another." In this country, Kenyans like champing on something which is trending. Then they quickly forget about it. Some time back, His Excellency the President said that he's building the church in State House. People made some noise, churches complained, but today I want to have a look at, to analyze keenly what is the implication of this church being built in State House. First of all, what's the church? A church is a religious institution representing a specific faith. And a state is a political, legal organization governing a specific territory. I know very well that the church is beyond a building. Even God himself describes it as the soul, is the ultimate soul. The church is the ultimate soul of a human being. So as there is freedom of worship in this country, the Constitution guarantees us the wisdom of worship, the freedom of worship. The Kenya Kwanza government decided to build a church at State House. For me, the State House is a coveted area. It's prestigious. It's cherished and respected. All sorts of honorable words describe the State House. And the State House, again, is a protected area for His Highness the President. However, the Constitution says, "And the state shall not run its own religion." So what is this? What is the religious implication with the building of the church in the State House? Does it mean that we are creating a hierarchy of religious prowess amongst churches in this country? Shall we be confirming that the State House Church is more superior than the rest of other churches? Will it be enjoying the imaginary power of supervising other churches on the land? The Kenya Kwanza government, which is proposing the building of this church, came to power under the yellow colors of their party. So, in my rare opinion or assumption, it means that the church leaders and its flock should be in yellow attire while conducting the State House church service. And when we talk about the membership of the leadership of this church, what shall be the criteria to determine who are the members? Will the process be based on the loyalty of the ruling party or the coalition? Another concern is the ruling regime in charge of, will it be the ruling regime in charge of drawing the timetable of the church service and the gospel to be preached when and how and by who? One artist some time back sang a song and said, "Vindu vichenjanga," means things change. So if you make an assumption that in 2027 the government changes hands and Eugene Wamalwa becomes the tenant of the coveted house on the hill under his blue colors of the party, then seemingly the uniform of the church members and the leadership will automatically change to blue to suit the circumstances. Again, will it imply that the leadership of this State House Church be the ones conducting services during the state function, during holidays, and the annual prayer breakfast sessions in our country. So when going through the Kenya Kwanza Manifesto, I confirmed that the State House Church project was not part of their listings. Then we ask ourselves one question: why is the current regime eager to build this church? FMTV's biggest worry has been, will the State House no longer be the protected area? Or what business, activities, rituals, or practices that are going to be performed in State House just in the name of the State House Church? Biblically, because the church has its relationship with the Bible, when King David, the chosen one of God, whom God described as the leader after his own heart, had an ambitious plan of building him a church, God refused, citing that David had blood on his hands. And also, God did not want to be confined in Jerusalem. So he advised David that you will not build for me the church, but instead your son will build me one. In this country, we have several religious groupings. We have the Catholics, we have the Friends Church, we have the Pentecostal Church, we have the Muslim Brothers, the Hindus, and the African traditional churches. All are very vibrant and active. My biggest question is, what will be the likely name of the church in the State House? For me, this church will be a recipe of interdenominational conflict in our country, which will be a leading factor destroying the relationship between the church and the state. Another worry is, are we not going to fashionably rebrand our churches to align themselves with a political party that will most likely form the next government? So through sycophancy, they will achieve state favors. To remind you, in this country, churches in Kenya have operated independently. For instance, my own Catholic Church has its central leadership in the Vatican City. So my worry is, shall the State House Church cause interference in the structural leadership roles of the Catholic Church and its members? What does the 2010 Constitution say? Does it mean that we are amending the Constitution through the back door? Shall we be having two presidents in Kenya, one for the state and the other one for the religious groupings? FMTV desires that we speak conclusively to the civil societies and the local bodies to come out clearly and unearth this riddle. If we can't do the above, I foresee a situation whereby all churches in Kenya will be preaching a designed gospel uniformly every Sunday. All church leaders shall be compelled to be attending the parliament which the Kenya Kwanza government will propose and build next. The international ties and diplomatic relationships with other countries will be worsened based on religious frontier. Our churches shall automatically run away from serving a true God. Instead, they will resort to worshipping an idol. In our ancient debate between the chick and the hen, you can ask yourself, which one saw the light first? As I conclude, I want to ask Kenyans, should we choose an environment where the church influences the state, or the state influences the church? Fellow countrymen and women, let us be conscious and save our beloved country. To promote this channel, please subscribe, like, and share to empower other members to have an informed opinion. I rest my case.